All right, we're started. So we're going to be using the harmonic to start trading. So number one, can somebody tell me a number? For instance, how much is in your account? So we can start trading this way. So before we get into trading, the best thing to know is what is your daily target? For instance, let's say if you currently have $200 in your account, you're planning to grow it by 3%, right? All right, thought somebody's going to give a suggestion. All right. Oops, let me reshare again. This is a good website to do that. Let's calculate $200. So let's say, for instance, if you have $200 in your account, you're looking to make $6 today. If you have 1,000 in your account today, example, you give me any number, we can understand. So we're looking for $30, right? So now we can plan how to make $30 this morning. All right, so now I'm at the harmonic. Now we know what we're gonna be making. So this is the harmonic scanner if you've never used it before. And I'll show you the educator later on that I've learned the strategy from. The harmonic by itself is around 80% success rate by just blindly getting in a trade from like D entry, taking the stop loss and the TPs just by itself. But if you want to be 90%, 95% more accurate, there are a few things you could be doing. So when you're in the 15 minutes and you have all of these brokers, most likely they're going to be a small amount of profits, and usually they're really good for scalpers. If you have a bigger account, it's really better if you're using the 15. However, if you want to do day trading and you want to be in it a little bit longer and you want to find more pips, the 1 hour will be the best option. All of these are brokers. You don't need to be having any of these brokers to be trading with them. The only thing they help you is to help you find new setups. So for instance, FX Choice has the most amount of signals, right? So the first thing I do is I take off the RSI. I don't use the RSI. It's usually very slow and it's behind it. It's behind the market. Okay. So step number one when using the harmonic, I go to the 1 hour and the ones at the top are the fresh ones. So what we need to do, number one, is take a trend line, okay? All of these candles that came out of the harmonic pattern, all of these candles that came out of the harmonic pattern is what we draw a trend line on. So for instance, we start from here to here, the last candle that was in the entry, right? Let me make it thicker. Okay, there, we've made it thicker. So we're looking for two things here. Number one, we're looking for a candle to break out of this entry. And this candle was the one that broke out of its entry, right? So we have confirmation number one. Now what we're gonna do is go into indicators, and we're gonna use only one indicator here, which is SAR. We have the SAR here. If I go into format, style, I can make it thicker. It's easy for us to see. So the second confirmation that we'll be looking for is that the SAR dots come here. They're flip. Before they were at the top, and then once they're down here, we can now enter for a buy. The reason how we know this is going to be a buy is that the D right here is entry, right? This is our stop loss, our protection. This is what protects our account. And this is our take profit, what will take us out of the market with our profits here, right? So whenever our profit is up, this is a buy. So that's how we know this is going to be a buy. Oops. All right. This is how we know that this is going to be a buy. Okay. So now what we could do is you can easily take profits and the stop loss that the harmonic gives you. But if you want to make it a bit more unique for yourself and be more direct. So for instance, like we said here, assuming you have 1,000 in your account today and you're looking to make $30 here today, how could you be doing that, for example? So in here, in the tools on the harmonic, you have long position and short position. Long position is for buying, right? So we take this, and assuming we entered after the end of this candle, because we waited for a break for the break of the candle. So then start here, let's say, and let's assume we're looking for 25 pips, okay? Corporate nation. Say 25, 0, 25 pips, 25, 0. Right? This is us looking for 25 pips. This will be our stop loss, and this will be our take profit. So we're going to wait until it hits our take profit here. Right? This would be a signal, for instance. Right? We waited for the break of the trend. We waited for the start of the flip. Does this make sense? What we could do is, another idea will be that if we're looking for 15 pips and we twin trade it, we're looking for 15 pips here and we twin trade it, right? But one thing with this strategy is that you want the stop loss to be here, just below this dot here, because the price could just easily come here and then go up, right? So what we want is the SAR to come here. So let's calculate how many pips would that be. That would be, let's say 20 pips. So then here we could be looking for 20 pips. Depending on what lot size you're going to be using, you can hit your target or you can twin trade it. Or you can look for another entry just because this is already hit TP1. All right, let me refresh this. It's already hit TP1 here, right? So how to understand what that means is if you click on horizontal line and you just draw a support and resist line on the TP. Let me make it darker and thicker for it to make sense. And then we draw another one on TP2, another one on TP3. These are all support and resistance here. So it's very natural for the market to hit a resistance here, okay? And then retest, and then for it to go up, right? That's very natural for it to retest. It won't always just go straight like this, but it does do that sometimes. So this is already hit our TP1. You could take it or you could let it go and look for another trade. The harmonic sends out 200 signals, so if you miss one, shouldn't be a big deal. Okay, here we have another one. This is the USD CAT. Same thing goes. You get a trend line, you draw it on all the candles that came out of the harmonic. Okay, let's get it. Draw it. By the way, did the previous one make sense? Was it difficult or was it easy to understand? And was it a new strategy for you? Was that easy to understand or was it okay? We're looking for the trend line to break here. Yes. Okay, it's new for you. All right, great. That's great. All right, so here we have the trend line being broken. And then we're looking for the second confirmation is that we want the SAR to be up when we're looking for a sell. How we know this is a sell is that our D is up. So our entry is up here. And take profit is down. So our profit is down. So when our profit is down, we're looking for a sell here. So right here, when the timeline was broken, this is what we would enter. This candle would be our entry. Okay, NZD CAT. Second, let me go back. NZD CAT. Okay, what was the question again? I need to find it. So the NZD CAD has a new dots of SAR for a sell. Would you take it as a buy even though it's a new SAR? No, I wouldn't. The reason is that the harmonic telling you this is a long-term buy. Like I said, this is a resistance, so it's very easy for the price to reach this area, retest, maybe to the entry, and then come back up, right? If it goes for a little sell, it's not a long-term sell, it's a short-term sell. This is what the harmonic is telling us. So I wouldn't take the sell because the sell is too small. And you can see it's already wicking out. It's telling you that the sellers are losing power here. So that's why I wouldn't take the sell. Okay. I hope that was okay. So now here we're looking for USD CAT. Best time to have entered this one was the market open, because that's when it broke the trend here and the star started to flip. But now let's go in the tools here, and we're looking for a sell here. So we're looking for a short position, and this would be where we entered, right? So now let's calculate. Let's say we're looking for, let's say we want a twin trade, so we're looking for 15 pips. So we do, our stop loss is 15 pips, our TP is 15 pips. So by giving us 15 pips here, and we twin trade, and assuming that we enter at 0.1, if our account is $1,000 big, and we twin trade 0.1, and it hits once it hits our TP, we've hit our daily target. Just by using one signal, or you could do two different signals, look for 15 pips on each one. Does that make sense? How easy it can be to hit our daily target. So for instance, why did this hit stop loss? With this strategy, you wouldn't have not entered this signal. So we put our trend line and all the candles, all of these candles that came out of the harmonic pattern, we put them on the trend line, okay? And then we wait for the SAR flip. The SAR never flipped, it flipped around here. Now the question is, would you still take this after the SAR flipped and it broke the trend line? I wouldn't, because it's already hit our stop loss here. So we would just move on from this trade. For the next one, Euro CAT. Here. Get a trend line. I'm putting our trend line right around here, right? So get a market here. The trend line hasn't been broken yet. It is very close. It should take one more hour and the candle could be broken here. The SAR has flipped, so we have this confirmation. So we could take the signal. Okay. So again, I stopped sharing. All right. We're looking for a buy here. The reason being is the entry is down. Our take profit, whenever our take profit is up, we're looking for a buy. So we get a long position. We're waiting for a candle to come here. So we draw it like this. All right. Now we look for 25 pips. Let's see what 25 pips look for this one. Yeah, that looks good. 25 pips. If we're assuming we're looking for 25 pips, this is where I would put the take profit and the stop loss. Right? If we're looking for 25 pips, this would be it. And you'll just look at your lot size. If you want to hit your daily target with one signal, you could do that by changing your lot size or the amount of pips you're looking for. Or another thing you could do, if you want to hit your targets a lot faster, look for 15 pips and then twin trade it. Look for 15 pips and then twin traded. However, I would like the stop loss to be right below the dots here, and then we can calculate what is our stop loss and put that as well for our TP, or close to it. Okay. So this is how I would take this trade, 25 pips. If you want to take the numbers, these would be the numbers. Initially, what I would do is I would put a buy excellent work. Okay, thanks, Ali. Again, I stopped sharing. All right. You could either put a pending order for this one, or you could just wait for our last confirmation, which is waiting for one more candle cut to come out. And this is where I would put my take profit and my stop loss. If you want to take a moment to write these down or take a picture of it, you can. Oh. Whenever I look at the chat, somehow appearing. Okay, here I can write down the stop loss and TP we're looking for. So we're looking at your cat. So the take profit we're looking for is 1.45231. And the stop loss we're looking for is 1.44742. We're just waiting for one more confirmation instead of putting a pending order, is that we're waiting for one more candle to break the trend line here. If you want, you could do a pending order at this level and still take it. That'll be your choice. However, I would wait for one more candle to come out of here and then enter this trade. Are we okay with the TP and stop loss? We're looking for 25 pips of take profit and 23 pips of stop loss, just because we want it to be right below the ZAR. I've moved this, but we want it to be right below the SAR flip here. Is that okay? Has everybody taken this? Choice, what do you mean by a third confirmation? All right. Let's look for another one. Oops. Something with a sell. We'll look for a sell as well. So for instance, this was a trade that was sent out. I don't know if anybody took it. So here we're looking for, again, trend line being broken here. It was broken, the SAR flip. This is too late to take, but this would have been a really good example. All right. Another thing we could do, go to Forex Factory, and we can look at the news. This is the website you can look at the news. If you go way at the bottom, you can see what session we're in. Now we're in between Tokyo and London session. So now we know with the Asian market currencies are strong and European currencies are strong. So when we go up here, we will look at the news. So today there is really nothing new, so nothing to be worried about. At 1 a.m. pound news, it's yellow. The only thing we would take seriously if it's red or if it's dark orange. Those are the only two that we would look at. The rest we would just ignore. So there is no news that would heavily affect any pairs that we're looking at. So we're good here. go back to the harmonic. All right. Let me look for something that we could take now. The London session has just started. In about 30 minutes to an hour, there will be newer signals that will be sent out here. Look at the 4 hour. Okay, let's look at this one. Here we see there was a broken trend line, but the star hasn't flipped. So now we wait for the star to flip. We're just gonna wait. We're looking at the 4 hour, so you would wait 4 hours for the star to flip and then enter. The 4 hour, you're catching more pips. This is a longer trade you'll be entering into. For instance, this is already taken. Let me look at another broker, the 4 hour. Okay. So now when we're looking at the 1 hour, the Euro cat, we've just analyzed this. We see here, when we're looking at this one, at the 1 hour, the Euro cat, we're seeing the trend being broken here and the SAR flipped here. So this is a trade you could take. I'm taking from Hot Forex. We could take the signal, wait for one blue one for an hour, or take it. If we're looking for 25 pips or 15 pips and twin trade it for us to hit our target. I believe I'm recording it, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm recording it. All right, so we're looking for a long here. So this would be our entry. And then we'd click here. Coordination. Normally I look for 25 pips when entering a trade. There. If anybody wants to take the signal right now, we can take it. It's ready. It broke a trend line and the star has flipped. We're looking at Euro CAT. The euro is a strong currency at the moment, just because London session is open. It to be clear, for us to be taking this one, TP would be 2505 712. This currency has our checklist was given here. Anybody wants to take it, you can take it. You can do 0.05 with this and get 25 pips, and then we can look for another pair. Or if your account is $200 big, you can do 0.01, and then we can also look for another signal. I'm gonna send it here as well. The TP is 1.45205. 1.44712. Are we okay with this? All right, let's look for another one. This is too late. Let's look for another. Quick question. Would you take the signal? Quick question. Just by looking at it, would you take the signal? No, okay. That's a good answer. We're not in any rush. Every day the market opens, there is 6.6 trillion possibilities to be made here. So we're not just jumping in a trade just because we're seeing something move, right? This could well hit TP2 and TP3 and go further, but we don't want that. We want higher possibility. We want more reassurance. We want a higher success rate. So what we're looking for your account by 3% daily by using risk management. The harmonic sends out 200 signals. If you've missed a trade, don't worry too much about it. Every new session that starts, new signals will be sent. So now here we'll draw our trend line. I hope by now it's easy to have drawing trend lines. You draw a trend line, it broke it, great. And then the star flipped, fantastic. Now if you look at the measure, entered from here. If we're 13 pips here, if we're looking for 20 pips, it's close to our 20 pips. And have you noticed by using this strategy, it has never gone near the star here. It's never gone near. It's very natural for it to retest and then come down again, just because this is a resistance that it's touched here. Where to draw the trend line? Again, sorry. All right, it's very simple understanding where to draw the trend line. Let me zoom in. Get a brush here. Can you see all these candles that come out of the harmonic? They're not in here, they're outside. So all of the candles that come out of the harmonic, we just draw a trend line until the last candle that the harmonic draws for the entry. That's where you would draw your trend line. Does that help? That's where we would draw our trend line. And can you see, we would naturally put our stop loss here right above the star dots, and it's never went near there. Okay, you're welcome, Hiba. Oh, so sorry. Let's look for another one. Your NZD. Oh, wow. Let's back test this one. You can back test the strategy. I've back tested it. It's never hit my stop loss using this strategy. Well, up until now, it's never hit my stop loss. All right, let me make it thicker so you can see it. So now we're back testing it a little bit. The strategy is new to a lot of people, and I'll show you where you can learn the strategy. And if you're up when this educator is explaining, he sends out a lot of signals during that time. So here we have the trend line being broken. We have the star here, right? And we enter from here. What are we looking for? Here we've already gotten 54 pips. Euro NZD is a very fast moving pair. So we've already taken 45 pips if that was your goal. If your goal is to get 30, within 4 hours, you've hit your daily target. Does that make sense? And can you see it's never gone near the star dots here? It's never gone near. So the further we go, the older it gets. We're going to have new signals being put here very soon. We just have to wait for them. Look at the 15-minute. Let's see what we can find. We have pound JPY, one of my favorite pairs. Let's draw a trend line here. Entry. Trend line's broken. Fantastic. But would you take this trade? It's broken our trend line. Would you take this trade? I'm openly asking, would you take this trend? I mean, this trade, it has broken our trend line. Why, you said yes. Okay, someone has said yes. Why would you take this trend line? No, you wouldn't, because we're waiting for the czar. We're waiting for the czar to come down here. We would not take this trade. These czar dots are up here now. We want them to come down here. Once they come down here, we would take it. So we're waiting. This is 15 minutes. So wait 15 more minutes. If the czar dots come down here, we can take it. But whilst we're waiting, if it touches our TP1, we don't take it. Does that make sense? Let's look for this one. This has already hit stop loss here, and the czar hasn't flipped yet. So we would move on from this one. Okay, this is a very good one. Let me get a trend line here. Go to this. Our trend line's broken and Hazar has flipped. Would you take this trade? Yes, that's the right choice. You would take this trade. The trend line's broken and the SAR has flipped, and we would take this trade. We have another trade to take. So we're looking for a buy here. The reason why we're looking for a buy is our entry here, our take profit is up. So our profit is up. We follow where our profit is. So here are the tools we're looking for a long position. I would put it here. This is where we'd enter. You could enter now as a buy. See. TP1 has not been hit yet. Still at the entry. Oh, do you mean the signal I sent? I don't know. I haven't checked that one yet. Okay, that's great. I haven't checked it since I'm live here. Okay, so for anyone that hasn't taken that signal, we could create a new signal here. Let's see if we're looking for 30 pips, and let's see what that looks like. 30 pips is good for this one. As we can see, the SAR dots are right below our stop loss. So how many pips is our stop loss? That's how many pips is our take profit. Okay, but if we're looking for more pips, all we want is our stop loss to be right below the SAR, and our take profit could be bigger. Our ratio could be 1.1, 1.2, but our reward should always be more than our stop loss, or it should be the same amount. Otherwise, we don't take that trade. It's not a good trade. It's a high risk trade. So you could all buy this right now if you want to. Okay, we're looking for pound Australian at the moment. Our TP is 1.89110. That's our, and our stop loss is 1.88510. You can give it a minute so you guys can take it. Are we okay with the signal? Pound Australian buy TP Oops, sorry. It's, I don't know if anybody's noticed, but forgot to put a dot there. So please change it if you've taken the signal and haven't put a dot there. $1.88510. We're good? Can we move on? Let's look for another one. This we would not take. As you can see, it hasn't broke our trend line. We would have never taken the signal. CD, we would have never taken the signal as well. Even if it went on to hit all the TPs, we would have never taken it. All right, let's see. Trend line, broken, ZAR flipped. Would you take this signal? Trend line's broken and the ZAR has flipped. Yes, yes. Why do you say you can take the signal? For anyone that said yes, you would take the signal, why would you take the signal? And is there anyone that disagrees? Yes, both confirmations were met, but would you take it now? Yep, we wouldn't take the signal. Oops. I'm not actively looking for a buy. It's just what I'm finding in the moment. We wouldn't take the signal just because it's already went into a lot of profit and it's hit our TP. However, as you can see, it's already broken and it's broke our trend line and it's retesting at the moment. And it's back to our entry here. Of the entry that we were waiting for, it's back to it. Right? You could take it, right? However, the star is down and we need it for it to come up. So the best thing to do is just move on from this trade. We would just move on from this trade. Because naturally what it does, as soon as it hits the TP1, it would go hit TP2 and 3 immediately, or it would retest and then come up again, which is natural. Just retest, come up again. So USD CAT. Here is a sell. We've already analyzed this one. CAT. All right. Look for another broker. NZDJPY. Here's a new signal that was just put in here. We're going to put the trend line's broken. Okay, now would you take the signal? The trend line has been broken. No. Yes, we're waiting for the ZAR to flip. So when we're looking at the 15-minute, we'll just wait 15 more minutes. We'll come back. We can press on save, and we're looking for a trade here. Save, we'll come back. and the trend line will be drawn for us. And we're just looking for the SAR to flip. So you can put a timer on your phone and say wait 15 minutes, and you can wait and you can take the straight. We've taken the signal, pound Australian, NZ to USD. It's already hit all the TPs here. NZ to CAT. Oh, this is EuroCat. We've sent a signal from this one. Guys, another thing is that not for everyone their time is going to be correct. As you can see here, it says what we could do is click on the time zone and put your timer, and you can put a timer on it. So for me, it's Berlin, because me and Berlin will be the same time. But if you live in the UK, you can put on UK, and you could put the correct time for you, and you could put a time alert. You can put on your phone, or you can put an alert within Harmonic as well. Let's look for another one. Okay, so far we've found 2 signals so far. We're waiting with this one. What else we have? Most of the brokers are telling us to take pound Australian. I hope you've all taken it. Another pound Australian. Okay. This is another signal. This is the Australian JPY, Australian Japanese Yen. We take a trend line, draw it here. Trend line's broken. Would you take the signal? Trend line's been broken. Would you take the signal? Would you take the signal? No, no. Okay, somebody said that we want the right kind to close. As we can see, this broke it, so that already closed. So this candle could be an entry. However, we're looking for the SAR flip to come down here. The SAR flip hasn't come down here. So what we're gonna do is gonna wait 15 more minutes. We can enter this trade. 15 more minutes and we can enter this trade. Okay. We have found another trade here. Pound NZD. This pair is a fast moving pair. Whenever I do find this pair, I hit my daily target a lot faster than usual, just because it moves really fast. So now we're drawing a trend line. We can take the signal. Who agrees we should take the signal? Anybody agrees we should take the signal? Anybody agreeing that we can take the signal? Wow, people are active now. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, let's take it. Oh, again, sorry for that. We can definitely take the signal. Trend line's broken, the SAR has flipped, and it's not near our TP. We can take it. Let's see how much away it's from the TP1. 25 pips. 25 pips. We're looking for a buy here. Long position. Entries here. Click here. Looking for, are we looking for 25 pips or 30 pips? Let's look for 30 pips. We want the stop loss to be right below the star flip. So now let's see, we're looking for 34 pips here. We're looking for 34 pips in this one. Are we good with that? Okay. This is pound NZD. We're looking for 34 pips. So here our take profit will be 1.96624. 1.96010. Here. I'll give you a minute to take it. By the way, I'm also taking all of these signals with you, keeping in mind with my daily target. Always think about your target, not just take them. And also ensure you're using the right lot size. I'm going to send them in the Telegram group as well. And then right after this, I'm going to show you how you could be learning this strategy daily from the educators. That's where I learned the strategy. Okay, are we okay here? We've taken all the signals. If you've taken notes, we know that we're looking for 2 signals to hit our confirmation. Who can remember the 2 signals we're waiting for confirmations? Yes, and we're looking, no, we're not looking for pound or Australian confirmation. We've taken that signal. We're looking for, yes, we're looking for N and J and AJ. Oh, we're looking for NJ and AJ. So now let's look for them again. Here's Australian, JPY. Remember, we're looking for the ZAR dots to come here, so we can give it 15 minutes. What you could do is, here, make sure your time zone is correct. For me, this is my current time, 9:50 in Sweden. We click on the settings here. We can look for a countdown. Here, countdown. Okay. And then we can set the timer. Okay, where's Alim? Alim, you're unmuted.
Good morning, Samira. Good morning. Thank you for that. Good morning, everyone. This is absolutely fantastic so far, what Samira's gone through. I just wanted to help her just with the countdown.
Yeah, I can't
Samira,
find it.
yeah, no, you've got it. If you click on the settings again, just to show everyone,
Yeah,
Um,
right here, the bottom settings, and then countdown
yeah,
is state.
so that's active. So if you look a little bit up, if you click on countdown, yeah, so that's already clicked. If you go off this, so if you click on the screen,
On the screen.
you just click, sorry, anywhere off the screen. Sorry, I mean click anywhere off the screen. Yeah, yeah. So can you see on the right hand side where the current uh, entries are? On the right hand side where it says TP1 entry on the right hand side? Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you look at where the price is right now, the black line underneath it, yeah, can you see underneath that? There's a little time underneath it. It says time. Can you see it? It says 0621 and it's counting down. Just on the right hand side, I'll draw it on your screen for you. Sorry, 1 second. There. Can you see there?
Right there, yep.
Can you see the timer is moving 6:06? That is the timer for the next candle, and that is the timer for the actual SAR to be flipped. So that's how long we've got left in this, because it's a 15-minute chart. So we've got 5 minutes and 56, and that is constantly moving to show us when the next candle is going to be created, and also when the next SAR dot is going to be entered as well.
All
So can
right,
you see that? Yeah,
perfect. Thank you for
yeah.
that.
No
So
worries.
if everyone can see it, you can either do that exact thing, or you can just put a timer on your phone as well. That's what I normally do. I just put the timer on my phone. All right, great. So now we're done looking for our entries. If you remember, we're looking for Australian JPY, and then we're also looking for NZD JPY. Has anyone made a note which broker is giving that? Here, NZD JPY right here. The trend line has been broken like we draw before, but we're looking for the ZAR dots. We couldn't just enter this one without the ZAR dots being put here. All right. So now when we go to im.center, okay, we log in. We go into go live, and it'll be under English. Click on harmonic. You can choose any educator you want. However, this strategy is best explained by this educator, Vindish. So click on him. You can see the times that he's live. For us in Europe, it's going to be around 2 a.m., 1 a.m. Not 100% certain. He's the educator that explains it in deep detail. And when he's live, he sends out a lot of signals when he's live. Can you see? And then you can ask him to look at any particular signal you're in, and you can ask for help that way. All right. So if you've missed any of his let me show you something else. One more time, you can look at the times 8 p.m. EST time. So most of us that live in Europe, you can just Google what time that's going to be. 9 p.m. EST. Oops. So 9 p.m. EST to UK time, for instance. I believe most of us live in the UK. So that would be 2 a.m. UK time. If you want to be up at that time and you can be up, you can definitely do that. There are a lot of people in the call that live in America and they're up at this time. So kudos to you. You can see that he was live 3 days ago, and you could watch his session, and you will see that he will show you exactly how the harmonic scanner is drawn. He'll do it on the trading view. You can easily see support and resist being drawn by the TPs. So this is the educator you could be learning from. He's the one that explains it in very deep detail. And whilst he's live, he gives out a lot of signals. Are we okay with the strategy now? Are we okay with the strategy now? So this is going to be an ongoing session. We're going to be doing every Monday this time and every Thursday this time. So far, we've taken 3 signals together, and we're looking for 2 more signals for the SAR to flip. The trend line's already been broken. All we're looking for is the SAR to flip. For instance, this one, we're not taking the signal until the SAR flips, and then we can take our signals. and always make a note of your daily target. If these signals today will hit your daily target, stop trading for the day. Don't looking into trading. This is the website I use when calculating my daily target. So if, for instance, let's say for simplicity, just in the middle, we have a $500 account. We're looking for 3% growth daily. Okay, we're looking for 100 days, what's possible in 100 days. And there's an example where you're not trading on the weekends and you're not reinvesting anything back to your account, or you're not withdrawing anything. This is an example of that. So if your account is 500, you're looking for $15. You need to know you need to know how to calculate your lot size. You need to know how to calculate your the amount of pips you'll be looking for. When it comes to harmonic, you can decide your risk to reward ratio, 1 to 2, 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3. That's all fine. You can do that, but make sure either your amount of stop loss and TP is either the same amount of pips or your TP is larger. Make sure of that. We don't want to be risking too much, right? This is how you could be growing. If this is the first time you're going to be using the harmonic and you be using this strategy, I strongly recommend that you make notes. You have a diary and you make notes there. All right. So in 20 days, your account of 500 goes to 900, close to it being $1,000 account, almost flipping it by just doing this. And we're not doing it by risking account. We're only growing it by 3% a day. All right, thank you. Thank you for everyone that jumped into the call. Harmonic is a powerful, powerful tool. It is by itself has really good accuracy, but however, just by adding the simple strategy, your success rate just grows even higher. I'll keep an eye on the 3 signals that we've sent, and I hope you guys can keep an eye and put in the groups when the other 2 signals are ready. If you remember, it was New Zealand JPY and Australian JPY that we're currently looking for. The London market is still open and it's just freshly be open. You can refresh the page. And as I remember, we're also looking for pound JPY as well. We're looking for pound JPY. And so once this is ready as well, you can just notify each other in the groups and be collecting tips together. Thank you for everyone that jumped in, and I hope you all have a wonderful trading day.